Installation of this product is above average in difficulty. Professional installation is recommended. If you are experiencing difficulty with your installation and require assistance, please contact us before returning the product to the retailer. Customer service and technical support are available at 1-866-317-8867 or support@uhdco.com, Monday through Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. First, make sure you have the right product and size for your application. Assess your opening. The security door requires a minimum of 1-inch mounting surface on the trim above and on both sides of your entry door. Identify your mounting surface and check and correct for any obstructions like doorbells, foliage, and light fixtures. Measure your opening. Measure width between the inside edges of the right and left mounting surfaces. The security door will fit if this measurement is within 1/8 inch narrower to 3/8 inch wider. Measure from the bottom edge of the upper mounting surface to the existing threshold. The security door will fit if the measurement is within 1/4 inch shorter to 1 3/4 inch taller. If the opening is larger than these ranges, you can check to see if there is a narrower mounting surface on your entryway that will work. Build your mounting surface out using stop or similar trim, or remove or reconfigure your trim to bring your opening within the fit range. Check for possible hardware interference as described in the installation instructions. Unpack the box by cutting away the packing straps and tape, remembering not to discard any package materials until you have successfully completed the installation. Be sure to read all the way through the enclosed instructions before beginning the installation. Carefully remove the bottom bar, threshold plate, and threshold plate template and set them aside. Remove the hardware and fasteners box and familiarize yourself with all the contents as listed in the installation instructions. Next, determine which way your door will swing, using the packaging or a moving blanket to protect the door. Lay the top jamb, hinge side, and lock side jambs on the ground in the proper orientation to how the door will be installed. Place the door panel between the jambs. Next, position the hinge pins in the correct locations. Long hinge pins at the top and short hinge pins in the center and bottom. Determine if your threshold configuration requires the use of the bottom bar as directed in the installation instructions. If the bottom bar is not needed, proceed to installing the hinge side jamb. If the bottom bar is needed, center it on the opening with the top of the bottom bar level with the outside edge of the existing threshold. Slide the hinge side jamb on the appropriate side of the bottom bar. Then level and plumb the jamb to the mounting surface and secure it into place with the 2-inch temporary mounting screws provided. Next, separate the hinge leaves and keep washers included with each hinge. With the barrel of the hinge on the outside of the door and pins facing up, attach pin side of the hinges to the hinge side jamb, being sure to use the long pin hinge at the top and the short pin hinges in the center and bottom positions. Do not over-tighten. Next, place hinge shims into door sash over mounting holes. Attach non-pinned hinge leaves to door over the hinge shims with the opening facing the bottom of the door. Next, place 2 washers back on the pin side of each hinge. Hang door on the hinges. Install the lock hardware. The sloped face of the center throw should be facing the entryway. If it is not, loosen the screw in the center of the throw, rotate the throw, and retighten the screw. Position the handles so they point towards the screen. Insert the handle post into the handle opening. Insert the interlock latch to the back side handle. Make sure that it's facing in an upward position. Align the inside handle and attach the screws. Tighten the screws completely, then back out 2 turns to loosen for the lock cylinder. Insert the lock cylinder, making sure that the throw turns without difficulty. Do not over-tighten them or the hardware may not operate properly. Then, secure it into place with the screws provided. Install the header jamb by placing it on top of the 2 side jambs. Secure into place with 1 temporary screw on the side with the lock side jamb. Prepare the weather stripping on the lock side jamb by trimming to length. Place the lock side jamb onto the bottom bar and verify that it is level and plumb. Install 2 temporary screws. Make sure you maintain a 1/8 inch reveal using either the ultimate door spacers provided or shims. Secure into place with 2-inch temporary mounting screws provided. Remove the top and bottom screws from the one-piece gear in the side of the door. Attach the latch guard in those mounting holes using the 1-inch mounting screws provided. To verify that the locking mechanism operates properly, open the door, then pull up on the door handle to engage the 3-point locking mechanism, turning the thumb turn on the inside of the door clockwise to lock. Once satisfied that the door is operating properly and the reveals are even, install the remaining mounting screws on the top and both the hinge and lock side jambs. Using the threshold plate template included, carefully trace and cut the contour of your entryway. Next, trace the cut line of the template onto the threshold plate. Using this as your guide, carefully cut the threshold plate using tin snips. Fit the threshold plate into position, trimming as needed. Attach the threshold plate against the threshold and install into the final position using the screws provided. Place the bug sweep on the bottom of the door and adjust it so that the sweep rests on the threshold plate. Attach the sweep to the door using the screws provided. Install the latch plug provided in the unused bottom slot in the latch side jamb. Set the snap cover into the channel leading with the outside edge and tap the inside edge into place using a mallet and a wood block.
Titan Security Doors and Window Screens. Your home, your haven, tight and strong.